सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्। श्रीमद् भगवद्गीता Chapter 2 Sloka 31. Veda vinashinam nityam ya enamajamavyayam katham sapurushah partha ghatayati hantikam. I think the previous shloka also is not completed. We will go to the previous shloka, shloka 20. न जायते म्रियते वा कदाचित् नायं भूत्वा भविता वा न भूयः। अजो नित्यः शाश्वतोऽयं पुराणः न हन्यते हन्यमाने शरीरे। So, Atma is free from kartrutva and bhoktrutva. Atma is free from doership and enjoyership. The reason for Atma being free from kartrutva and bhoktrutva is given in this shloka. The reason is Atma is avikriyaha. Atma is free from modifications. Atma is free from changes. There is no vikriya in Atma. There is no change in Atma. If there is no change, it is not subject to limitation in time. To be limited in time, one should be subject to changes. In fact, time is a measure of changes. What is time? Time is a measure of changes. You are measuring a particular change against another change. It is time. We have a standard change, sunrise and sunset. It is a standard change. The movement of sun. Rising and setting of sun. We measure certain changes against this change. Another standard change. The ticking of clock. The clock ticks periodically. It is another change. We consider one change as a standard and we measure all other changes against it. That is time. Therefore, if something can be measured in terms of time, it should undergo changes. If something does not undergo change, no change at all, then it is free from time. Time has no say over it. It is free from limitation in terms of time. One of the important limitations is the limitation in terms of time, called Kala Parichedaha. Limitation in terms of time. Everything that we see around us has Kala Paricheda. It has limitation in time. Even our bodies have limitation in time. No body can live forever. Even the body has an expiry date. It is limited in time. That is why we have age. Everybody has his or her age. What is age? Age means you can expect only so many years more. These many years are past. You can expect maximum so many more years. That is age. How many years of the available time span we have already spent? How many years of the available lifespan is already gone? That is age. Age is a time limitation. Our bodies are limited in time. Again, I say our body is limited in time. Why I am saying this? Because we are not limited in time. After coming to Vedanta, we should not think so. Our body is limited in time. Our body has age. Do not have age. That is what Krishna is trying to say. न जायते म्रियते वा कदाचित् आत्मा, the Atma, kadachit na jayate. It does not take birth at any point of time. Kadachit means at any time. Na jayate, it does not have birth. Atma is never born, free from birth. It does not have a beginning. You can't say when Atma began. It does not have beginning. It has been there forever. Nam mriyate va, kadachit nam mriyate. Atma does not have death. The body has death. Atma does not have death. Nam mriyate. No birth and no death. No destruction. Nayam bhutva bhavita va na bhuyaha. Nayam bhutva abhavita va na bhuyaha. The statement should be broken as ayam na ayam bhutva abhavita va. Bhutva plus abhavita. Bhutva, existing at some point of time. Abhavita, it does not exist at another point of time. Exists at some point of time and it does not exist at another point of time. If anything exists at some point of time and it does not exist another point of time, then it is limited in time. It is not so with Atma. Bhutva abhavita na. Atma does not become non-existent at some point of time. At any point of time, Atma does not become non-existent. It is always present, ever present. It never becomes past. Everything else becomes past. It is present now, it becomes past after a while. Past means gone. It is no more there. That is what we call past. Atma never becomes past. It is always present. Ajo nitya shashvatoyam puranaha. Ajaha na jayate iti ajaha. The one that does not have a birth is called ajaha. Atma does not have birth. Therefore, Atma is called ajaha. Nityaha. Nityaha means does not have death, does not have vinasha. Therefore, it is called Nityaha. Now, one might ask, it does not have birth and death, but what happens in between? There are in between modifications, growth, etc. In the last session, we discussed 6 types of modifications. Jayate, asti, vardhate, viparinamate, apakshiyate, and vinashyati. We discussed 6 modifications. How many of them are there in the Atma? Krishna ruled out first and last. Jayate and vinashyati are ruled out by saying ajo nityaha. Is there any in-between modification in the Atma? Does Atma grow? Does Atma deteriorate? Then Krishna says, no. All the in-between modifications are also ruled out. Shashvataha. Shashvataha rules out all in-between modifications. Puranaha. Pura api nava eva iti puranaha. Atma is ever new and ever old. Always new and always old. How is it possible? Things are new sometimes and sometimes they are old. If you buy a dress, when you bought it, it was new. You wear it for the first time, then you can say it is a new dress. When you wear it second time, you cannot say it's a new dress. Is it new dress? No, I wore it yesterday. It does not remain a new dress second time. Similarly, the electronic gadget, your smartphone, how long does it remain new? The moment you buy it, it is new. Next moment, it is old. It is the story of your electronic gadget. Once you buy the gadget, it doesn't have a resale value. It cannot be resold with the same price. It has lost its price. Therefore, new does not remain old. Old does not remain new. But it is not so with the Atma. Atma is ever old and ever new. Atma is ever old because you take any point of time, Atma existed much before that point of time. When do you call something old? When something existed much before that point of time also, then you call it old. For example, this building is old, means it existed for a long time before today, then it is old. Atma is ever old because considering any point of time, Atma existed much before it. Therefore, ever old, and in the meantime, Atma is ever new also. Why ever new? Because it does not lose its value. It does not deteriorate. It does not degenerate. If something has degenerated, you call it is not new. If it has lost its value, then it is not new. Atma is ever new because it has never degenerated. Therefore, ever new and ever old. Pura api nava eva. Though it is old, it is new. Therefore, Puranaha. Atma is Purana. Ajo nityashashvatoyam Puranaha. Na hanyate hanyamane sharire. Once again, Krishna says that this Atma does not die, does not get killed. Na hanyate. Atma does not get killed. Then why people think Atma gets killed? Because the body can get killed. The death of the body is superimposed on the Atma. Therefore, Hanyamane Sharire, the body gets killed. But even when the body gets killed, the Atma does not get killed. Because Atma transcends the body. The changes in the body do not affect the Atma. The destruction of the body does not affect the Atma. Atma survives the destruction of the body. Therefore, Sharire Hanyamane Api, even when the body gets killed, the Atma does not get killed. Shloka 21. Veda Vinashinam Nityam Ya Enamajamavyayam Katham Sapurushah Partha Ganghatayati Hantikam. So, Atma is free from Kartrutva and Bhoktrutva. This was discussed in Shloka 19. As a reason to Atma being free from Kartrutva and Bhoktrutva, Krishna presented Shloka 20. Atma is avikriyaha. Atma is free from changes. Therefore, Atma is free from Kartrutva and Bhoktrutva. Now, how long does one identify as the doer and the enjoyer? We identify as the doer and enjoyer as long as there is ajnana, as long as there is ignorance about the true self. When someone is not aware of the true self, he identifies with the body, he identifies with the mind. When we identify with the body and the mind, we identify as the doer and enjoyer. We identify as karta and bhokta. But then there is a jnani. A jnani recognizes his true self. He understands his nature as free from doer and enjoyer. He understands his true self as free from all changes, as free from all modifications. Such a person is called jnani. In the first line of this verse, Krishna describes a jnani. How does a jnani understand himself as? The difference between a jnani and ajnani is how he understands himself as, how he identifies himself as. That is what makes the difference. What do you identify yourself as? This is where there is a difference between a jnani and an ajnani. Do you identify yourself as an individual, confined to the body, confined to the mind, and confined to a given name and form? If you identify so, you are an ajnani. Instead, if you identify yourself as the Atma, not confined to the body, not confined to the mind, free from all modifications, then you are a jnani. This is the difference between a jnani and ajnani. Now Krishna is describing a jnani. Veda. A jnani, Veda. Here Veda does not mean the scripture, not noun. The word Veda in this context is a verb. Knows. Veda means knows. Vidadhatu, lat, prathama purusha ekavachanam. Veda, one who knows. Enam Veda, knows this Atma. Enam Atmanam Veda, one who knows the Atma properly. How does he know? Avinashinam. He understands Atma as Avinashi, free from destruction. Ajam, free from birth. Ajam and Avinashinam. Ajam means free from birth, and Avinashinam means free from death, free from destruction. Avyayam, free from all in-between changes, free from all in-between modifications like growth, etc. Nityam, free from time-wise limitation. Since Atma is Aja, Avinashi, Avyaya, therefore Atma is Nityam, free from limitation in time. Such a person, one who knows the Atma in this manner, one who knows oneself as free from all changes, free from all modifications, that kind of a person is free from all forms of doership, all forms of kartrutva. Krishna talks about two types of kartrutva, two types of doership. The first one is a simple doership, or direct doership. When you do an action directly, it is a direct doership. You cut the vegetable yourself. It is a direct doership. You cut the vegetable yourself. Then there is a causal doership. You ask the maid to cut the vegetable. The maid cuts vegetable for you. Direct doership and causal doership. Of any action does not apply to a jnani. A jnani is free from both type of doership. Direct doership as well as causal doership. Krishna talks about that of the action of killing, one of the greatest crimes, which involves lot of papa. Direct killing. This person kills someone directly. Another is supari killing. You give supari to someone and hire a killer and kill someone. He has not killed anyone directly, but he has employed someone to kill. So he is a causal agent of the action of killing. So two types of doerships are involved. Krishna says a jnani is free from both type of doerships. Katham kam ghatayati saha purushaha. Saha purushaha. That human being, referring to a jnani. Saha jnani purushaha. The Purusha who is a jnani, who understands himself as free from changes. Kam ghatayati, katham kam ghatayati. How he can cause the killing of someone. Means he cannot be the causal agent of any action. Hanti kam, katham kam hanti. How does he kill someone even directly? He cannot with a direct agent also. By stating this, Krishna has negated all forms of doership, all forms of kartrutva as far as a jnani is concerned. In our waking hours, during our waking, if you consider our waking state, in our waking state, we keep playing one or another role. Our waking is full of roles. Right from the moment you wake up, you start playing a role. You find yourself in a role. As soon as you wake up, what do you see first? Perhaps nowadays, smartphone. As soon as you wake up, you find your smartphone on your bedside. So you and your smartphone, as soon as you pick the smartphone, you become the owner of the smartphone. My smartphone. You relate to the smartphone as its owner. You are in the role of a smartphone owner. It is a role. And afterwards, you keep shifting your role. When your daughter comes, you become mother or father. When your son comes, you become mother or father. When your spouse comes, you become a spouse. When your parents come, you become daughter or son. When your servant maid comes, you become employer. When you go to the office, you become employee. So on and so on. Our waking is full of roles. We identify ourselves in many, many roles. And the roles keep rolling. We keep shifting from one role to another role. When somebody comes, you are in one role. When your son comes, you become parent. When your friend comes, you become friend. So we keep shifting from role to role. That is the life. Hardly at any point you think yourself as you. Hardly at any point you think yourself as free from any of these roles. Just me. We have no time to think it. Because we are busy in roles, busy putting on roles after roles. And every thinking, every thought that we have is associated with one or another role that we play. If you consider all these roles, In all these roles, what is common? In every role, you are a doer and you are an enjoyer. In every role, you are karta and bhokta. Kartrutva and bhoktrutva are common to all the roles, associated with all the roles. Now, when you think about your true self, you understand that you are not associated with any of the roles. Your true self transcends all the roles. It is neither the mother, nor the father, nor the friend, nor the spouse. It transcends everything. How do you know this? The best instance is deep sleep. When you are asleep, where is the father? Where is the mother? Where are all the roles that you played? All the roles that you played have disappeared in deep sleep. You are just there. You are there free from all the roles that you played. Minus all the roles that you played. Minus the doer and the enjoyer. Therefore, none of the roles are intrinsic to you. The roles that you play in life are not intrinsic to your nature. Understand your true nature as the one that transcends all the roles that you play. Then you are not affected by the roles that you play. If we identify with the roles, we are affected by the roles. But when you understand you are not the role, you are just playing the role, then you are not affected by the role that you play. And that is the understanding one gets from Bhagavad Gita. You are the Atma, free from changes, free from all the roles that you associate yourself with. You are never the father, you are never the mother, you are not the friend, you are not the enemy, you are not the son, daughter, mother-in-law, daughter-in-law. All are external to you. You are just the Atma. pure Atma. With this understanding, one becomes free from samsara. With this understanding, you are free from all the drama of life, free from all the events in life, free from all the fluctuations in life. Katham sa purushah partha kam ghatayati hantikam. A jnani is never affected by the happenings of samsara, by the happenings in his own life. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.